What's going on, everyone? It's Corey Vanderplu at Corey Photo on Twitter and Instagram. For this installment of Shoot Anywhere, I chose an Italian boat, a small Italian boat. I know it's hard to shoot stills, video, and film cameras all at the same time while rocking on a small little boat, but then to shoot some portfolio-worthy images makes it just a tad tougher. I get a lot of flack and a lot of criticism in the comments about my spray and pray approach, but I look at it a little differently. I look to be in the moment and to use the opportunities given to me to create my images. Learning to use what's given to you at any given moment teaches you to lean into the constraints and high-level problem solve when it comes to crunch time. So let's just hop into my RAWs and show you my approach. Here we are. I was just staying in Positano down the Amalfi Coast before I had a job in Milan, and this is just me with my 5D and my zoom lens. I think it was a 24-70, 2.8. It's kind of like my kit lens, my scout lens. Just trying to find something cool here, and I don't think anything really hit the mark. I could tell the light wasn't that good. It was kind of flat. I was just searching for, some kind of magic moment, but, sometimes it just doesn't stick out to you. So I was trying a bunch of things here and tried a bunch of videos, and, we're getting something closer here, but, nothing really stands out. The light here was kind of cool, but too much. Sometimes you just gotta wait for it to move in your gut and something to move in your stomach to say, this is great. This is getting a little cooler. The light's on her face, but it's still too busy. I don't like this stuff down here. The shape of the rocks isn't great. I mean, it's like a C- image in my thoughts. Still trying to mess around. I've pretty much only taken like 5 minutes right now just shooting. We're getting very cooler here, but I don't know, something about it just isn't great. I mean, Erica looks fantastic. It's definitely not on her. It's 100% on me. Getting closer here, but again, nothing stuck out to me. Like this one was starred. Yeah, nothing really did it for me. This is us waiting to, just shoot first thing in the morning right out front of our hotel while there's no one around. This is also nicer, but I kind of have a rule. I don't like to shoot in the woods, on rocks, on train tracks, those kind of 3 areas. I just feel like it's kind of first base. So you can see here I've almost shot like 230 images and I just still am not that happy. I mean, I think I like this stuff even more. It's to hang on your wall. The busyness. This guy's looking pretty cool. These are just some auxiliary shots. But then what happened was I found our good friend Ramondo, and he said he would take us out on his boat and take us around. We did it kind of late afternoon. So he let us go onto his boat, and I figured I would take portraits of him and bring Erica along, and she had a few outfit changes, and we could just shoot kind of on a moving boat. No expectations, just kind of shoot and see what happens. Spray and pray, if you will. But learning your composition, knowing how the light is hitting your subject. You can see the difference here. This is the same exposure. This is just me boosting it up in RAW. I'll show you how I shot his portrait later on in RAW too. So this is just me waiting for Erica, messing with an on-camera flash. The light's kind of cooler like this. Definitely something I gravitate more towards than trying to make this exposed. Really digging this. These are kind of cool shots, but it's still a little busy. This is getting better. I mean, if you crop this out, it's nice and clean. Just still hoping for the best. Trying to get Ramondo comfortable in front of the lens. One of these are cool. There is something in here. Just a old man in the sea with his cute puppy. Shout out to the puppy. I forget the dog's name. But here we're just cruising around. The light here is fantastic. I think we found a winner here. Well, how did that happen? What's the difference between this and this? To me, I think it's the simplified background. Making it very clean. The light on him looks great. The dog looks great. I like his old dirty hat here. I like the shape. Everything kind of leads your eyes into him. Found a winner. And that's kind of with luck, a little bit of skill. Let's keep going. trying to find something. These are cool. This was like a very fancy resort up here. You walked all the way down to your beach villa. I wish I stayed there. Here he is, just doing some boat things, looking real cool. Again, not as cool. Something about the busyness and the coinciding point here, and then the boat in the background. I don't know, something just irks me. It doesn't sit right. Here out with Erica, I'm shooting right into the sun. You can see the sun is right here. Shooting directly into the sun. It looks so sick. So I kind of had to use an on-camera flash to get that balance right and make her exposed, but it does give it a very cool look. Nothing really sat too well here. It's kind of cool, but again, kind of first base. Finding the light is very, very nice here. I like the kind of rim light behind her, but her hair is a little messy, so letting her get comfortable. I love the exposure on her here. The video actually looked incredible compared to these photos. Getting closer here, I love this kind of stuff. I like the background being simplified. She's just kind of feeling it. And yeah, you can see as the background's changing, since we are in a moving boat, it gets harder and harder. Now look at this. As soon as we leave, this lighting to me is beautiful. I wish I could have stayed in here for some time and really pounded out a bunch of photos, but then we go behind a rock and now it's all of a sudden cloudy. Now I gotta open right up, not use the flash. You can see that the dynamic shift is crazy. Why is this so much better? I don't know, but I like it a lot more. It kind of looks like it was lit. It could be in a studio. This just kind of feels flat. But it's very nice how it's moving. Then it kind of opens up. That's a beautiful image. Very cool. She looks amazing. The sun peeking out here. She got an amazing rim light. It's kind of that combination between these two turning into one. Love that image. Didn't end up retouching it, but I really do like it. Shooting Ramondo again while he's smoking his weed. Looks amazing. And now here's where it gets interesting. The light on Erica's fantastic. I love how she looks here. And I love all these boats behind. So this is kind of us just floating. I asked Ramondo to stop so we could shoot some cool photos. And I just nailed a few in here. I think this one was my favorite. I'll show you the retouching behind this. Not too big of a fan of this, but you can see if I go to the finals here, you can see I got rid of that. Well, I can go through the retouched images in a bit, but this is what the final looked like, and man, is it incredible. Ooh, I did select this, but never retouched it. All right, moving on. I found these to be really cool. Once you're in the moment, you lock in. I tried some with the flash. Doesn't quite work the same. Kind of loses a little bit of its majesty. Now I'm going back to Ramondo. Really, the light's constantly changing. The background's constantly changing. The boat's moving. Different horizons, different lighting. So I don't see another way to shoot other than to spray and pray. Look at this. This is getting better and better. Don't like her arm feels kind of unsure. That's a little better. Very cool. Don't like this pole though. How hard would it be to get rid of that? Maybe I do like it. Who knows? Moving forward. I think she's mimicking Ramondo's his posing. You can see I shot 4 out of focus shots here. Pull it together, Corey. I mean, he looks great. Again, not a portfolio-worthy image, but very cool. We got Erica now in a different shirt. These are looking very cool. Great. Just missing the mark. I love the green and the green here. I'd probably accentuate that if I ended up retouching this. Very cool. The hair, I always gotta watch for the hair. One of my biggest pet peeves is stray hair in the face. Again, simplify. This is a very simple background though, and this would have worked well as a final image. Scroll through these. You can tell I liked it because I spent a lot of time here. Very cool how this simplifies as well. I would have probably accentuated the green again to bring out the green in her bikini, or done some sort of color shift to make them match. And yeah, try to shoot portraits. I always try to mix it up with ultra wides, medium shots, close-ups, so when you're making a story, it all comes together. It's either I like the exact same or the complete opposite. So when I'm laying out a story like this, you can see that when I'm laying out a story like this, you can see that it's very dynamic in its posing and its in the shots. Back to where we were. Trying to do some cool stuff. I shot a video of this, as you can see right here. The video looked a lot cooler than the images. I like the splash. I mean, this is a cool picture. You know, it's not something you'd want in your portfolio though. That's just me. This is maybe a cool Instagram post. I think the video with the boat moving is much cooler. Maybe I'll turn that into a moving portrait. And then, I mean, we are getting closer. She looks incredible here. Just something about it. Didn't like it as much. I don't know what it was, but it's very cool. Her body looks very cool. The shape of it's very nice. You can tell because I shot a lot that I was really into it. Trying something very similar with the previous shot where you could see the background. This could be cool. I just wish she was wearing something different. Could have styled it better, or made her look more boat-ish. I don't know. I think that this outfit looked better when we were here. I don't know about you. Try to do a lot, and then we try to do some diving shots. There's me getting a little dive in. It's kind of a cool shot. It's just maybe something for my personal archive. Tried someone with my wife diving, but diving wasn't her forte. And now we're in the sun again, the nice warm sun. She's all wet, so it's a different vibe. I love that we're shooting into the sunlight. She has this amazing backlight on her. This is the shot I ended up using. I know I said I didn't like the busyness of this stuff, but in the edit and in the moment, it looks kind of cool. Just a nice candid shot. And then as we're going and finishing up, tried some out of focus stuff and some motion blur to see if I could get something cool. Didn't really miss the mark. Check out my video on the motion blur. You'll see I try it every shoot. Sometimes you just get some really fantastic stuff. Here it was too rocky. The boat was too much of a motion, and my camera was moving, the boat was moving, so it just looked like a sloppy bowl of spaghetti bolognese. Some cool landscape stuff on the way back. And now on the way back, I'm trying to shoot Ramondo just to get some cool stuff from him. You can see here is where I'm shooting, and he's looking great, but I just didn't like this thing cutting across him. It's just, I figure like you want to see more of him and not be interrupted, although these are pretty cool. I sent these all to him because maybe he'll like them. I think these are going to age really well. 5-10 years, I think he's gonna really like those. This is Erica right after she got seasick. Shout out to Erica. Dog looks cool here. He looks fantastic. You could check out my video on deep focus to see how I could get him sharp. Maybe you could do a combination of these two photos, so Ramondo would be sharp. A little more of Erica with the on-camera flash. Like to do a lot of experimenting. And then here's where we ended. Look at how poor this exposure is, but with the right kind of jiggery-do, I don't know what you call it, magic wand, you can see I was somewhere around here with my exposure, which is crazy. And then I just was able to do enough shifts where I got it to this, and then I could start retouching. I think this is an amazing portrait. It shows him on the sea, and I really like this. So I picked one of these to go with it. You can see how much I missed the mark. My camera was still set to the on-camera flash settings, and I think while I was pulling it and giving it all this detail, it gave an incredible look to it. So now if you look at all the finals that I have, or kind of went through, these are actually from the film photos. So I don't always have a camera 5D with me. I actually sometimes have just shoot standard vacation photos. This is one of the one I worked. Now that looking back, I would have fixed this line here. But yeah, I always take, hey, there I am. I always take some photos of us going out, because you never know what kind of stuff you'll get. Like, that's an incredible photo. Erica looks fantastic. Now we're on a boat going back to our hotel. And something about this really moved me. I really liked So you can see that I kind of fix this up. So when I open this up, you see I just add my classic treatment. And it just, a little cleanup around the eyes and some of that blur. And it's just like, it's a nice filler image. But moving through these, you can see my selects again, film, 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 film. Going through my film images. We are in Florence here. But this is us in Positano now. Cool little images while we're sunbathing. I mean, these just look great. So I actually was able to pull some of them and retouch them. You can see the befores and after because I got TIFFs. Not that big, just small little enhancements, same treatment setups I always use. A little bit of rotation and it looks great. I mean, this is cool. It's like a postcard or a desktop. I chose one image from all of those earlier ones. One, which is crazy. Got a couple good ones of Ramondo. Wasn't really feeling these. Love this one. Remember this one from the beginning. Color corrected it, gave it my little spin. These were cool. Didn't like the hair. I feel like I couldn't have retouched that. There's that image I liked when we did the combination of the sun and the open shade. And here's two combos that I liked, but I ended up really liking this one. I like how I simplified the edge here. Made this very simple. We open this up. You see the before and after is crazy. I had to stretch it out. You can see because her hips are to me, she's lying down. It actually made her hips look very wide. Very unflattering, so I gave her just a little tuck. Nothing crazy, just to make her look flattering. But if we go through these small little changes, how we start by making the edges fit my crop. So I throw the crop on right now. That was my crop. That's my 4x5, and it was just a little small. If I made the crop go any smaller, I would have missed these boats, so I really had to extend the sides. That one was easier to stretch. Then I had to use the liquefy tool on this one. And then you can see now I'm starting to fix the just not flattering on her nose here. It like almost looks like a caricature, so I had to get rid of that and extend these all the way across. No easy way to do this. Just clone stamp all the way through. Just a lot of work, and I had to do it in a few cracks. Making it brighter, making adjustments. More clone stamping, and there you go. Still not quite right. Got rid of these lines and some of these marks, and there's the liquefy just to bring in, give her some shape. And then we do our standard fixes on the skin and treatment. And you can see here I actually brightened it up again. All the contrast hits. This looks very clean. It makes it look dirty, so I actually cleaned it up just like with a light powder puff. Selected the color and skimmed it across. Added our grain, and there's your image. Before and after is crazy. It's one of my favorite images from this whole trip. This image alone, I think, was made the whole boat ride worth it. Now I go back and we have this amazing portrait of Ramondo. You can see I actually did a lot to balance it out. So I did a lot of things to like balance his shoulders out, make the line across symmetrical, fix the skin. Didn't do much. You can see it's all pretty much complexion. If it's gonna be there in a couple weeks, if it's not gonna be there in a couple weeks, then I get rid of it. And then we add our treatment, our grain, and I like that kind of like he's getting blasted in the sun. I actually made this background blue to make it look like nice blue sky. Some people may say I overdid this. Sure, I probably did, but I love the look of it. I love the rigidness, the harshness of it. If I could probably do something now that I'm here, this was only just retouched. I bring this opacity down to somewhere around 65%, and that's actually a way better. I like that. Actually a lot more. So we'll save that. See, that's why I never like to put photos out right away. I like to tweak it, adjust it, and that little tweak made a big difference. I've got a couple good ones of him here. This is very simple, but also very busy. It makes him kind of pop off. Got my diving shot here. And then when we go to the layout, you can see I used a bunch of film images to create this Instagram layout. So what I did is 4x5, 4x5, 4x5. And then when I brought it into Instagram, I swear it looks a lot better on my phone. When you swipe, you can see the whole image. It's just a kind of a cool story. And next up, Romando. So that's kind of my thought process on how I kind of shot behind a boat. They gave me these 2 really images that I'm really proud of. And it just allowed me to try something new, experiment, work with what I have. And you know, I came out with some great images. Great portraits. And you know, now I can check it off that I did a photo shoot on a boat successfully. And you know, that's how you have it. So I appreciate you guys following along, taking an inside look, seeing how I shoot my images. And if you have any questions, comments, you want to chirp me for the way that I shoot, leave it all in the comments. Love you guys. Thanks for always watching. My name's Corey Vanderplu at Corey Photo on Twitter and Instagram. Happy shooting.